we do want a natural spike in cortisol. Most people who had their hormones off to any capacity, especially, mental health diseases, and if you're getting up in age, starting to lose muscle, gain a lot of fat, or you just feel clear, like foggy, practice your cortisol. So when I go out in the sunlight, I'm practicing my cortisol. How does this help me lose weight? So when I go show my eyes and my body to the light, I'm literally saying, hello there, biology. Hello there, mitochondria. I am awake. I am ready to break down and create energy. I have arrived. And the same thing at night. So if you're showing your body at night through blue light, through a lot of blue light, either in your environment, on your screen, or whatever, you're showing your body that you're awake. What this is doing is it's destroying your circadian rhythm, it's destroying your metabolism, and having your melatonin lowered is absolutely increasing risk for all disease, including cancers. So you definitely want to squash and eliminate the blue light at night as quickly as possible. And then again, lean into your cortisol practices. So this is why people are always saying exercise is good for you. Why? Because when we exercise, we secrete cortisol, we secrete inflammation. We are nudging the immune function and saying, hello there, I have arrived. And so the inflammation is coming from the mitochondria. This is what's really, really cool. It's really, really simple. If you're not friends with your mitochondria, you're enemies. Remember this: a choice to not engage with your biology is still a decision. So you can decide whether you want to acknowledge and start to get to know your body, yourself, or you can ignore it, But if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you do want to become more at peace, more in harmony within your biology. And so I'm just sharing a little bit of notes of what I've learned so far. So there is also a fourth phase of water. A lot of people misunderstand hydration. So, and this is going into chemistry. It's a little bit complicated. I suggest you look up Dr. Jack Cruz or Carrie B Wellness on Instagram if you want to dive down the rabbit hole. But basically the fourth phase of water is we would drink water, right? That water has to have a structure inside the cell. The water that we drink is not the same water that's inside the cell. And the people who are responsible for this is the mitochondria. So the energy and the light, our mitochondria actually exude light. So this is the same thing. You touch your forehead, there's some sort of temperature, right? There's a temperature. When you turn the car on, you turn the key on and you're not going anywhere. You haven't stepped on the gas or anything. The engine is on and it's expending heat. And this heat is just a basal metabolic rate, a basal temperature rate. And the mitochondria, because they're the main energy producers of the cell, this is where the heat's going to come from. So they're bioluminescent. So they will, because they pass on all these electrons in the cell, they literally light up the body. So when you have a fever and you touch your forehead and you can feel that heat, that's the infrared light coming from your body. Isn't that so cool? Because the sun also has infrared light. We are basically little bitty suns and we have so much energy capacity inside the body. So because the mitochondria are producing all this light and all this energy inside the cell can find its structure and its function. It can structure the water and the cell can be more at harmony. Again though, if you have like a diet high in unhealthy fats, that'd be the first step, okay? Right? Because you need the cell wall. The cell wall is a lipid bilayer. So if you still have these toxic chemicals, these toxic fats in your diet, that's the number one thing to get out and to include healthy fats like animal fat, right? I eat animal-based proteins a lot, right? Like when you eat an egg, that yolk is filled with healthy fats, filled with vitamins. I'm eating in one place, I'm getting protein, I'm getting fat, I'm getting plenty of vitamins, right? That's my suggestion for you. But coconut oil, Dr. Mary Newport's work, mitochondria love fat. The cells love fat. Your brain, 60 to 80% fat. They love fat. We were lied to about fat. It's quite tragic, but it's time to make decisions. And if you want to have more harmony, more stillness, and more peace inside your body, we have to find this within our cells at the cellular level. So mitochondria exhibit light, and that is so cool because they also have mitochondrial DNA. So the more mitochondria, you can build more mitochondria. How do you do this? Through exercise, sunlight, grounding, like literally using the vehicle of your body, right? You can make a decision to go out in the morning and expose the external portions, the eyes, the external portions of the brain. You can literally go show that to the sunlight and be like, I'm awake. Please make my daytime hormones, and your body will do it like that. It'll do it so fast. Like, I always say this, you're sleeping in your bed, it's 2 a.m. and somebody comes in, they flick on the light. I mean, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna wake up? Maybe you're a heavy sleeper and you sleep through it. Most people are going to wake up because light stimulates us. So again, we want to really be cautious of how we are exposing ourselves to light at night, because it does absolutely decrease our melatonin. And this is dangerous. We want to lower our cancer risk as much as possible. Our cancer rates are highest as they've ever been. They're highest among lower aged people. So people my age, I know several people who have had thyroid cancer, right? Thyroid's one of the major glands in terms of when I'm going to see the sunlight in the morning, the thyroid is one of the major places where I'm communicating with. So ladies, like if you're wanting to get back on track with your cycle, become friends with it, right? We have 40% increased risk of autoimmune disease. We have 40% increased risk of being out of our circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm is our protector. It will protect us from the diseases. When you are in natural harmony with the earth, with the natural rhythms and the light cycles, we are at more peace and more stillness, more harmony within the cell. The body's designed to be healthy. It's designed to be vibrant and to exude so much light and so much energy. And all it requires is for you to give it the basic components, and then to move and put yourself in environments that are going to be conducive to what kind of proteins do I want to build, right? Because you can have the best diet in the world, but if you're still going and putting yourself in, terrible lighting environments, the nuclear genome is still going to overexpress over the mitochondrial genome. So the mitochondria, the more energy that's in the cell, it will override the nuclear genome. Or we can also tell it to build different proteins for different processes. One of the proteins that it's coming off the top of my head that is increased with exercise is brain-derived neurotropic factor. This is actually a protective protein in the brain that is literally like vitamin D. It is low in all disease states. So vitamin D also acts more like a hormone and not like a vitamin. That's why it's so important to understand the power of being in the sunlight and the power of your mitochondria, because vitamin D is a crucial part of cell function. It's also a crucial part of your cholesterol functioning. So train your cholesterol. You're scared of your cholesterol, you shouldn't be. Cholesterol, like fat, is super, super important for the brain. Super important for cell transportation. Like there's so many processes. This is a whole orchestra going on. And there's cholesterol embedded in the functioning of the cell membrane. So imagine this. Imagine you have issues with your cholesterol, right? And you still have tons of chemicals and bad fats in your diet. Want to ask you this. Are you afraid of your cholesterol? Should you be, or should you lean into your strengths? Knowing that cholesterol is embedded in the cellular fatty membrane of all the trillions of cells within your body, there's no reason to be afraid of this, because the cell is blind. So it is encased in its lipid fat membrane, and it's looking into the bloodstream, and it's looking for hormones that might be raised. So is insulin raised? Okay, when the cell membrane is dysfunctional, the cell's in a state of chaos, but it also has no sensory to what's happening in the body. So you could be rest and digesting at night, right? You could be asleep at night, and this is why our circadian rhythms are messed up. You could be asleep at night, but your cells are confused because they can only focus on the chaotic state of what's happening inside. So you might be sleeping again, and this comes down to our bodies having the capacity to run at even 30% energy, right? You could get all your limbs chopped off, and your body can still be running, right? Isn't that crazy? But you want all your limbs to function properly, and especially if you're trying to lose this midline fat. Like I always talk about this, the blood flow to the extremities. What is the number one hallmarker of diabetes? Our number one known energetic disease is a lack of blood flow out to the extremities. And this all has to do with mitochondrial functioning. So your habits will hold you in place. Your circadian rhythm will hold you in place if you choose to focus on that. So don't be afraid of your cholesterol. Do not be afraid of your fat. These are so important for nervous system, for putting you back into the parasympathetic state of the nervous system. I know it can be scary to throw away ideas. And I make fun of this. Like I remember waking up and, realizing Santa Claus wasn't real, right? But one day you just have to accept what's happening and then choose something different. So after I realized Santa wasn't real, it wasn't like, I don't know where I'm going with this story, to be quite honest. But getting rid of the idea that fat is bad for you is really important. And the only way to improve your strength and your confidence within yourself is to learn more and then put that into practice. So Dr. Mary Newport, look her up. Look her up and build your confidence in yourself and your strengths. Because we got this. It's time. The time to be calm is right now. Right now is a great time to be calm. So like, share, subscribe if you would like to support this channel. That'd mean a lot to me. Share this with your friends and your family. Tell them that you love them. And as always, good luck. Oh, last thing. If you want to donate to me, to my studies, to my channel, you can do so in the description link below. I have my Venmo. Very much appreciate everyone who's donated. And yes, just thank you for watching.